is very big right now coming out, but
Hey, Netflix is pretty big.
Moneyball was a monster. I mean,
Yeah.
It's not as big as that. There's no way.
Hey man, it's always good to have you back on. So, but we are now joined. He has a new Netflix movie coming out this week. It's going to be today when this is premiering, but it's called Fatal Affair with Nia Long and Omar Epps. It's Stephen Bishop. Really happy to have you on again, man. How are you?
I'm happy to be here. I'm doing well, guys. Thanks for having me again, man. It's good to see you guys, and it's definitely good to be here to talk about Fatal Affair. Couple days, and you guys are going to get a chance to check it out. You guys have probably already seen it, but the other viewers will be able to check it out in a couple of days.
The people who are not lucky enough to get a Netflix screener real fast, but no, it's a great movie, and you're in it again playing golf. So we just had to jump on real fast and talk about it. But you know, in this movie, you play the husband to Nia Long, and you know this movie is a real thriller to its core. What was it like working on a suspense thriller?
It's exciting. It's actually, I've done it a couple of times before, and it's always a good time because, you know, you get into the character and you get into the moments, and the sets are always well lit, and sometimes you're shooting at night and everything. So it's, you know, it can still give you a bit of an adrenaline rush, you know what I mean, as though you were kind of living it. But working with Omar and Nia was, you know, was a dream come true as an actor. I've been a fan of theirs for a long time, and you know, I've known both of them as, you know, just kind of as peers for a while. So to get a chance to work with them was a lot of fun, and I feel like I did the bulk of my work with Nia, and I feel like she did a spectacular job. I mean, just getting a chance to work with her and see her process and all of that. It was exciting, and she is a consummate professional, and I hope I get to work with her again.
Well, I don't want to give any spoilers away. People need to go watch it, but the culminating scene happens in your house at night, and it's a really intense, you know, scene. What was it like kind of filming the climax of the movie where you had that huge kind of standoff with Omar Epps?
That was interesting. We choreographed the fight scene, so there's a little bit of a spoiler. There is a fight. I do fight Omar Epps in the movie, but we you know, we had a really good stunt coordinator, and he did a great job of coordinating and choreographing the fight. And Omar and I both had done it before, so we were both pretty comfortable with it, and you know, we started off slow and got a little faster and faster and faster and faster, and you know, what you see is what you get.
So you actually got to do the fight scene. There's no stunt doubles in there taking care of
well, we do have strategically placed stunt doubles. You know,
okay,
I begged as hard as I could to do the flying over the balcony stunt myself.
What are you doing? You can't risk the golf game for a balcony stunt.
Yeah, you know, that's kind of what they said to me as well on set. You know, Steven, you can't risk your golf game for no. Kidding. I don't think the insurance would allow me to go flying over the balcony like that.
Probably not.
But I asked to. I asked them if
that's all that matters. As long as you were trying to do the stunt.
As long as you're willing to be out there and do it. Yeah, that's sure.
Awesome. And a part of the movie is, you know, Omar Epps' character plays kind of this techie. He's a hacker, but he uses it in really nefarious ways, is what I'll say. But what's it kind of like seeing how technology can be misused or mishandled, and how in the real world it can be taken to an extreme almost?
It's, you know, it's just a reminder of what type of a society we're living in now, where somebody's always watching, somebody's always listening.
Yeah.
So you have to, you know, as much as we're supposed to be, you know, have the freedom of speech and freedom of expression. Yeah, but that doesn't mean you're free to do these things without consequence. And if the wrong person decides to, you know, take something you've said out of context and use it for the wrong reasons, you can really get put into a precarious situation. So it's always, you know, fortunately for me with baseball, I learned that you always got to be on your P's and Q's when you're on the road.
Yeah.
Even when you're in your home city and you're out at night, you have to, you never know who's watching. You always got to, guard yourself. So, I think that with the film, it just shows that there's so much out there that can be utilized and manipulated that, what seems to be, what somebody's doing in private could easily become a problem for them.
Yeah, that happens every day. Like, it is such a common problem these days that it's nice that it's interesting because like Netflix has done a few shows like this. He's got that really popular like one. The guy is just like stalking the.
Oh, you?
Yeah. So it's interesting
I
that,
saw
like,
that. We saw that show. We binge watched that show.
Creepy, man.
It's really creepy, and it's like, we're in 2020 now, and it's like heads and shoulders above like whatever we ever thought it was gonna be. Like, if you told me in the 90s that
Technology would be this crazy.
yeah, like we probably each have like a personal NSA agent like listening to our shit. Like, it's gone crazy.
Yeah, probably. And not only just like he uses the technology, but it also takes the type of person to, run with technology and kind of do that. How scarier was it, or how interesting was it to kind of dive into how manipulative Omar Epps' character was and how willing he was to go, to kind of get what he wanted?
Yeah, it was alarming, I guess, that that was like, wow, this is something that could really happen in real life easily. And it's interesting to watch Omar because I did a film called Till Death Do Us Part a couple years ago where I was on Omar's side of the coin.
Oh, wow.
I played the bad guy.
Yeah.
And so, and the stalking, domineering ex-husband.
Mm-hmm.
So to watch how he did it and watch his choices and contrast them and compare them with my choices in Till Death Do Us Part was an interesting exercise.
Yeah.
It's fun to watch actors create their characters and create, go through their choices and see how they stand up to the things that I've done.
Is that something you probably do like on every set you go on to, where you're watching other actors and actresses in roles that are, maybe something you've never done before, or something that you kind of have a role coming up in? Do you really like try to take in as much as you can in every project you work on?
When I was younger, I did. I tried to soak up everything so that I could have a frame of reference, things that I could pull. But now that I've been doing this as long as I have, I kind of like to stay to my own process. And I lock in and I don't want to be influenced. But it is fun to watch certain actors. Like when I did Safe House, obviously I wanted to watch Denzel as much as possible.
Oh yeah.
Because somebody like that, I still feel that I can learn subtleties and nuances from, where even though I may have my process, I can still, I'm always learning. I often say that, the day you stop learning is the day you start dying. And, when it comes to watching certain actors is still a thing. But, the number of those occurrences is a lot less now.
Yeah, that makes total sense. I mean, the more experience you get, there's fewer actors and actresses you can draw from, that are more, makes perfect sense.
Well, and we joked a little bit, but I'm watching the movie and Omar Epps gets out and he starts walking up to what looks like a country club, and I was like, is he about to? Yep. Okay. This is a golf scene with Stephen Bishop. How'd that come about, and what was it like getting to have a golf scene in this movie?
It was there. It was there in the script. So I was happy when I read it, and I was like, my only disappointment was that we didn't get to actually play.
Really?
You know, I thought we were gonna play some golf, and they were gonna get my
18,
swing.
right?
So we thought for sure there was like a scene in the movie where you went in and were like, "Hey guys, can we switch this to like a golf scene so I
Yeah.
can get in like 9 rounds, like on
Oh,
on
man.
the on the shoot
on
maybe?"
Saturday real fast.
Yeah.
They didn't
Man,
let you play golf?
Huh?
They didn't let you play golf that day?
No, we just talked. We didn't, you know, I got to putt a few times, and, you know, but I thought they were going to get my swing on camera, and I was going to be in a movie actually hitting a golf ball.
Nope.
That would have been so much fun. But no, we didn't get a chance to do that. That was my only disappointment with it.
You should have just shown them the scene from Moneyball where you're swinging away and you'd be like, this is going to look good on
Yeah,
camera.
right.
You got a history of having perfect conversations while doing
Yeah.
athletic feats. Would have been fine.
But last time we talked a little bit about Impostors, but we went through and watched the whole season or both seasons of it. It is an insanely just fun ride of a show, and it's on Netflix right now as well, so people should go check it out. But it ends very interestingly, and you said it, you got her at the end, but then Ezra, you know, takes on kind of the persona and spoiler of the Doctor. Why do you think he did that, and where do you think the show can go from there if you were to do something, you know, after that?
Well, I think he did that because he got addicted to the con.
Yeah.
I think that he found exhilaration in a life that was previously pretty mundane, and he didn't want to let go of that adrenaline rush. And you know where it could go from there, it could go anywhere. He could become the Doctor.
Yeah.
They could have recruited Patrick into the team, and had Patrick been an imposter with them and been a double agent at this point to keep them from getting in trouble. He would always be, you know, one step ahead of the FBI because he would know what they were going to be doing and who they were looking for, and he could have been I mean, there's so much that could have been done with that, man. That was one of the bigger disappointments of my career, is that show didn't go longer, because so many, I mean, everybody I talk to that has seen it loves it, and just you know, when are we going to get another season, man? You know, and I really hope that somehow we can figure it out, but you know, it's a little ways out now, so I don't know if it's looking very good.
Well, crazier things have happened for sure.
Yeah, there's been a lot of time that's passed between some things, so I think if anything is going to get something, it should be this, because they're not only was it just like a great story, but the people that you got to work with are great actors and actresses, and you're seeing it. You know, she's on Lucifer now as a series regular, just killing it. So, like, there's a lot of people in that show that I think they can kind of run with. But what about your projects? Last time we talked, you were working on producing a movie and making a movie. Is there any news on that, or what else is going on?
Well, we're further down the line. We've got a production company interested in producing, and we've got a couple of financiers that have said they want to be earmarked for participation. So we're getting closer. I don't want to say anything about it until I lock it in, and because I don't want anybody that watches your stuff to get the idea and run with it. Yeah, so I'm gonna keep it to myself. But we're getting closer, and I promise you guys, when I do get it where I want it, you guys will be some of the first people I talk to about it, and I'll give you everything at that point.
Awesome.
But I do have Fatal Affair coming, and then a few days later I have Coins for Love coming on the 19th. Fatal Affair is the 16th. Coins for Love is on the 19th, and that's on TV1. And I'm still waiting to go shoot my series, Run the World, for Stars. The pandemic still hasn't allowed us to do that, but that'll be coming up next.
Well, man, everybody needs to definitely check out Fatal Affair on, it'll be Thursday, July 16th. We will be releasing the episode that day, but everybody go check it out on Netflix. It's a great movie, hour and a half. Stephen Bishop kills it with Nia Long and Omar Epps. But Stephen, thank you for taking the time again, and we're definitely going to be talking in the future.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me again, man. I really appreciate it. And like I said, as soon as I get my project where I want it, I'll make sure I give you guys a call and we'll talk about it.